There are nearly 9,400 soldiers buried in the Normandy American Cemetery. It is powerful to see, each with a unique story. One man who is buried there lied about his age in order to fight for our country. Mary Elena Bolaris shares his story.
Here's a World War II medal. Well, I remember being very, very small and asking where my daddy was.
It's a natural question for any child.
One of his buddies gave me these, 506, that was their unit.
And one that Donna Allen started asking when she was 9 years old.
I treasure these things because I had never seen a picture. What I'm told is that my grandmother had destroyed letters that he had written to my mom.
She had only met him once when she was a baby. All she knew is that he died in the war.
I was so frustrated. I said, why won't you talk about him? Is he in prison? I did ask them that. And my stepfather said, your father was a real hero and your mother needs to talk to you about him. Wow. But she never did. Not much. No, she just didn't. But at least I knew he wasn't in prison then. I knew he was a real hero.
Finally, when she was 48, that shroud of secrecy lifted, thanks to the help of one of her sons.
So he came back the next day with the article that said when my dad was wounded, and then he kept going on in the microfilm. He found the article when my dad had died, and he brought me those articles. I was off and running.
She learned her father, Roy Tallhelm, was a paratrooper in the 101st Airborne Division. He was only 16 when he enlisted, lying about his age in order to fight. He died a few days after D-Day at the age of 17, making him the youngest soldier buried in Normandy. Donna began a journey to uncover all she could about her father. Years of research and joining a group called the American World War II Orphans Network led her to this photo.
It was stunning. I mean, it was like, you know, the proverbial needle in the haystack. That was my needle in the haystack.
As those needles continued to multiply, Donna learned her father had been buried 3 different times.
He was buried the first time right at the end of this road.
First in a farmer's field, then near a chateau that was turned into a field hospital, and finally in the Normandy American Cemetery. Her first visit to Normandy was in 1996, a moment she can barely put into words.
They need to know that some people didn't get to live a life, so they could, and they need to respect that and carry it through.
In Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, I'm Maria Elena Bolaris.